Hello students, I am Dr. Vidya Patil and I am going to be your English teacher for the first SEM English language course. In today's video, we will be discussing about the topic question tags. Question tags, as we have seen in the previous video, is one of the types of questions which we generally use. This is used more in the spoken form than in the written form. Generally, when we use a question tag, it is with the intention of getting an expected answer from the other person. Now, which question tag has to be added to a statement is what we will learn in today's video. This topic is also very commonly asked in most competitive examinations. So, learning this will help you to attempt or solve your competitive examinations English paper also. Let us now try to understand what are question tags. We generally use question tags to serve two purposes. The first main purpose of using a question tag is to clarify certain information. For example, we will have a test tomorrow, won't we? In this sentence, the speaker wants to clarify whether they are going to face a test tomorrow. So, similarly, we can see that Mr. Smith is coming to the meeting, isn't he? I am permitted to park here, aren't I? We generally use question tags when we need to clarify certain information and find out whether what we know is correct or not. Other main purpose of using the question tag is to agree with someone. For example, you are falling asleep, aren't you? So, generally, when the expected answer is same as what you are saying, then we use this question tag. Similarly, for example, we can see the party was funny, wasn't it? Jane didn't win the lottery, did she? So here the first statement will shows that what is the expected answer from the other person. We can add question tags such as isn't it, can you, or didn't they to a statement in order to make it into a question. Question tags are more commonly used while speaking rather than in writing. We often use question tags when we expect that the listener will also agree with our statement. In such cases, when the statement is positive, it is usually followed by a negative question tag. For example, she is a doctor, isn't she? In this sentence, the first statement, she is a doctor, is a positive statement. It is followed by a negative question tag, isn't she? And the expected answer from the other person is, yes, she is. Another example, yesterday was so much fun, wasn't it? In this sentence, the first statement, yesterday was so much fun, is the positive statement. It is followed by a negative question tag, wasn't it? And the expected answer is, yes, it was. If the statement is negative, we generally use a positive question tag. For example, he isn't here, is he? In this sentence, the first statement, he isn't here, is a negative statement. Therefore, it is followed by a positive question tag, is he? Let us look at some more examples. The trains are never on time, are they? In this sentence, the first statement, the trains are never on time, shows that it is a negative statement. So the question tag, are they, is positive. Nobody has called for me, have they? In this sentence, again, the first part of the statement, nobody has called for me, is negative. The question tag, have they, is positive. Let us now see how to form the question tag. Generally, we use the auxiliary verb which is given in the sentence to form the question tag. If the auxiliary verb used is positive, then the question tag will have the negative verb form. If the auxiliary is negative in the statement, then the question tag will use it in the positive form. Apart from this, the subject which is there in the statement is used as it is in the question tag. The only difference is that if the subject is a noun, then you have to use a pronoun in the question tag. So, the question tag will always have a subject in the pronoun form. Let us now look at some of the examples. I don't need to finish this today, do I? In this statement, the first part of the sentence has the auxiliary verb don't, which is in negative form. So we use the positive form of this in the question tag do. Similarly, James is working on that, isn't he? Now, in this sentence, we can see that the auxiliary verb in the first part of the sentence is positive. So we use the negative form isn't in the question tag. We can also see that the subject in this sentence is James, which is a noun. So we use the correct pronoun in place of James, that is he, in the question tag. Your parents have retired, haven't they? Again, the subject here is your parents because it is the plural form and it is a noun. The question tag will have a corresponding pronoun they. Also, the auxiliary verb used in the first part of the statement is have, which is positive in nature. So we use the negative verb form haven't in the question tag. The phone didn't ring, did it? It was raining that day, wasn't it? Your mum hadn't met him before, had she? From all these sentences, we can make out that the auxiliary verb and the pronoun form are used while forming the question tag. Sometimes there is no auxiliary verb in the statement. Then, if the verb in the statement is present simple or in the past simple form, then it is and is positive, then we can use don't, doesn't, or didn't. For example, Suma eats cheese. In this statement, there is no auxiliary verb. But since the main verb is in simple present tense, so we use doesn't she in the question tag. Similarly, I said that already. Again, there is no auxiliary verb in this statement. The sentence is in simple past tense. Therefore, we use didn't I in the question tag. If the main verb or the auxiliary verb in a statement is am, then the positive question tag will be am I, and the negative question tag which will be formed is usually aren't I. For example, I'm never on time. I am never on time is a negative statement. So we need a positive question tag and we use am I. I'm going to get an email with the details. This is a positive statement. So we need a negative question tag and we will use aren't I. Am not I is a wrong answer will be the wrong answer. There are certain exceptions to the rule. For example, there is a lot of homework today. Isn't there? When a sentence has indefinite pronouns as subjects, such as someone, everybody, anybody, nobody, then they are usually substituted by they in the question tag. Someone will come, won't they? When the sentence has nothing and everything, then it is substituted by it in the question tag. For example, everything is okay, isn't it? So let us now just revise certain basic information about question tags. The sentence and the question tag should always be in the same tense. If the statement is negative, the question tag should be positive. If the statement is positive, the question tag should be negative. We should always use the pronoun in the question tag. Also, we need to use the contracted form of the verb, of the auxiliary verb in the negative question tag. Rules which you need to remember is words which are negative in meaning, such as hardly, seldom, scarcely, rarely, barely, etc., will always take a positive question tag after them. Next, if a sentence starts with there, then the question tag will also have there in place of the pronoun. The next rule, the question tag is always made in accordance with the main part of the sentence. So, if the main part of the sentence is positive, the question tag will be negative. And if the main part of the sentence is negative, then the question tag will be positive. The next rule which you need to remember is that there is no contracted form of am not, but instead of am not, we use aren't in the question tag. Also, lastly, we can see that words which are singular will take singular verb, singular pronoun and singular adjective with them. But their question tag will always be followed by a plural verb and plural pronoun. So students, you must now have understood how to form question tags. We have seen how positive statements are followed by negative question tags and negative statements are followed by question tags. The question tag consists of the positive or negative form of the auxiliary verb and the subject, which is usually used in the pronoun form. With this knowledge of using question tags, you will be able to solve many of the exercises in many competitive examinations. I hope you liked this video. Thank you.